problems again.
तो लगाऊंगा.
This is the third time we are stopping now. Hello everyone, this is Bichao and welcome back to my channel. Now I know that I have not been, I'm saying this again, but I know that I have not been regular on YouTube. It's been a while since I uploaded a last video. There have been a few things going around in the house as well as my workplace. Nothing to be worried about, nothing too serious, but yeah, the workload has increased a little bit and that's why I've been a little regular. Today is a little special though, because right now, as you can see, right now we are heading to Mumbai. Today is going to be exciting, today is going to be very interesting. Although the day already started in a very weird way where I was delayed twice, then again we landed on the highway. The taxi which I was before this, the cab broke down, he had 2 tire bursts and his stepney was also complete failure. Despite that, met this guy, he's now taking me to Mumbai. And the reason why I'm going to Mumbai is something which I am really excited about and I hope that you guys are as well. But with time, I'm going to let you know why I'm heading to Mumbai. Our man's trying to fix his car. क्या हुआ, क्या कर रहे हैं अभी?
इसको लगाऊंगा.
हाँ जी.
और कस दूंगा तो हमेशा के लिए टाइट हो जाएगा.
चलो बढ़िया. एक बार का लेट्स होप हो जाए, फिर उसके बाद बॉम्बे पहुँचे यार सीधा. आई एम excited and anxious to reach Bombay and throughout the way there have been roadblocks. This is the third time we are stopping now. तो बेसिकली फेंडर निकल गया, फेंडर के नीचे वाला प्लास्टिक जो है वो लूज हो गया है और वो टायर के ऊपर रब हो रहा है. तो वो ट्राई कर रहे हैं कि उसमें ट्राई टू मे बी फिट लाइक 1 or 2 bolts here and there so that it can be stuck on top. So this car behind me is the reason why I've come all the way to Mumbai, and I think I've made it clear in a few of my previous videos as well, definitely with a lot of my friends, that the W124, this generation of the E-Class, is one of my favorites, and I think it's finally time to pick one up and try it out for myself over the long period. So what we are going to do now is, as the few checks that you do, I'm no expert. I have read things online, I have asked my friends, consulted them what to do when picking up a W124. So we are going to just put it up on some sort of a ramp, go underneath it, check the car. If everything goes well, then this baby is coming back with me to Pune. So it's been 3 days now that I have this car with me. I drove it all the way back from Mumbai and I have to say I'm very pleasantly surprised. For a car that is 25 years old, this thing is full of surprises. Now obviously not everything is all fun and games. There are problems, there are issues, of course, that you expect because the car is sold. But the car runs beautifully. I'm going to quickly take you on a tour of the car from the outside. I will show you some of the issues that we have that need to be sorted out. Some of them are a little urgent, some of them are not so urgent. But these are the issues that I'm going to fix on this car as time goes by. So yeah, let's go out and have a look at my new ride. So guys, here it is. This is my new to me used car. This is a 1997 Mercedes-Benz E250 diesel. This is the W124 model, and man, has it been years since I've been looking to buy one of these for myself. It's one of my dream cars. You know, this shape that was designed or instructed to design by Bruno Sacco is one of the most iconic Mercedes-Benz designs for me. This as well as the W140, the same generation S-Class, both of them to me, to my eyes, look beautiful. Now as you can see from the outside, this car is pretty well maintained. I would say there are not too many things which, you know, are broken or are all over the place. The best part about this particular car is that while I got this car from Mumbai, the one thing which Mumbai cars suffer from, this car doesn't, and that is underbody rusting. This car surprisingly has not got a lot of underbody rusting. One of the main reasons behind that is that this car hasn't been in Mumbai for a very long time. Probably the last 4 or 5 years this car has been in Mumbai. Before that, this car was in Aurangabad, as you can make out from the number MS20. So yeah, from the outside this car looks and feels pretty sorted. The engine is pretty good. I'll get to the engine a little bit more in details when we are driving. It has its pluses, it has its minuses, but overall, as you can see, like, of course, the car has been repainted. There are a lot of repainted parts on the car, but as you can see, most of the bumpers are doing well. The tires are some weird Korean brand. It's called Sunful. So yeah, we've got Sunful tires over here. Not something which I know how they are, but they are working pretty fine as of now. Then these are the original alloys. Yeah, as you can see, most of the things are in place. There's not much which is wrong with the car, at least from the outside. On the W124s, you have to go to the passenger side and find this release over here, which opens up the bonnet. Over here also, more or less everything looks pretty much in place. Everything looks pretty neat and clean, I would say, especially for a car this old. You have to remember, this is a 1997 car, which means this car and all the components that you see inside over here are 25 years old. That's going to be probably slightly older than some of you guys who are watching this video. But the good news is, everything works. This here is the OM602 engine, which is the OM603 engine with one cylinder knocked off. So instead of the straight 6, what we have over here is a straight 5 naturally aspirated diesel. Puts out about 94 to 100 horsepower when it was new. Right now, this engine doesn't feel very powerful, of course. It's still a great engine though. Because of its 2.5 liters, you've got really good torque. Maybe the torque is missing a little bit on the lower end, but as you start revving the engine up, as soon as it gets into its mid-range and its top end, that's where this engine has its strength. So now getting to the problems of this car, there are a few, as I mentioned before. Firstly, something which my friends recently realized, I did not, is that this is an accidental car. If you see this part of the chassis, things are fine. There's no bends or anything. But if you see over here, not sure if you can, yeah, over here, if you see inside, the chassis has been beaten straight, which means that this car most probably during some time in its life has had a front collision. You see all this is a little warped, and due to that front end collision, what I know is that the water pump has been changed and the pulley belts are new. Apart from that, there is a little bit of a problem with this. Apparently the dealer who I picked up the car from, he told me that there is a leakage in the power steering pump, which they have recently fixed. There was a crack which developed in it, which they have fixed apparently. So that's that. Apart from that, there is also a little bit of leakage from this hose pipe. As you can see, this hose pipe is broken. It's very old. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly try finding a new hose pipe. Apart from that, over here on the engine side, more or less everything is sorted out. I don't think there is too much of work required in this area. Thankfully, that's a good thing, because engine work, mechanical bits are scary at times because of the pricing or the part prices. But things over here look good. So in the last 3 days, I've driven this car approximately about 1000 kilometers. And in that first 1000 kilometers, the impressions are that this is still a great car. Now talking about few of the issues which this car does have, so I'm going to quickly take you inside and show you what all problems do we have in the inside. Since this car is old, there are issues, there are things that don't work, there are things that are broken, but I'm going to hopefully with time, one after the other, repair all of those things. So one of the things that recently just came off this morning is this trim piece. This trim piece came off in the morning. I've just stuck it back, but as you can see, things are moving not the way they should be. Then over here you can see one of the air vent is broken. Apart from this button, which is for the safety headrest, when you press this, the headrests just pop back. That doesn't work. This works. This is the rear reading light. This works. Like, this AC is very interesting and very unique for me. For the first time I'm seeing something like this, where you have dual zone climate, but the air conditioning is manual. It doesn't have an automatic climate control. Apart from this, interesting thing that I noticed is that this car doesn't have a glove box. The only storage you get is this over here. This is the only storage you get, which is quite deep, but still, it's the only one. Apart from that, another cool thing that I noticed from this car is this clock. I love this clock. It works. So all of the things, all the dials and everything, thankfully as of now, are functioning. This is the analog clock which you can adjust from a switch on the dial. This works as well. So yeah, most of the things are working. So coming to things that are broken, this panel, this small piece comes off. This is sort of unstuck, and it's been stuck in a very, not a very polished way where you can see the adhesive everywhere. The one on that side has already come off quite a lot. You can literally take it out. Apart from that, in terms of functionality, the air conditioning still works. The radio still works. When I put the stereo on radio, the antenna also comes up automatically, motorized. The antenna works. The power windows, all of the 4 power windows work. This one on the right, let me just show you. This one on the right does make a little bit of sound. See, it does make a little bit of noise, but it's not so bad. However, cosmetically, there is still quite a few things that need to be done with the car. Like, for example, these have completely melted inside, both of them. They've completely sagged and melted inside, so these need to be refurbished. Then the headliner is kind of off. The headliner is kind of unstuck from a few places. It's just kind of hanging on top, so this needs to be stuck back. This light is broken. I will try finding if I can. We'll replace this light. Yeah. Apart from that, let's see how this car sounds when it starts. So that is, I think, the blower noise, which again is something I need to fix. See how this car starts after 25 years. That's it. It just comes to life. So yeah, that was a quick look at the car. That's how I have spent my last 3 days with the car. I've been driving it quite a lot throughout the city. I drove it a little bit on the highway, of course, also while bringing it back from Mumbai to Pune. And till now, the car has been actually, you know, the more and more I've been driving this car, the more and more I'm liking it, the more and more I'm getting involved with it, because there are things about this car which I didn't know about, and I'm slowly knowing. Like, for example, one of the best parts about this car is its third gear, because on third gear you can literally drive this car all the way across your city. So in traffic, you're not in that typical diesel sedan kind of a situation where you're constantly shuffling through gears. Just put it on third. Any speed from 10-15 kilometers per hour to 70-80 kilometers per hour, it will be able to do on that one single gear. So it is very convenient to drive. Of course, the large capacity 2.5 liter diesel engine helps. It helps keeping the car in motion. It has decent amount of low down torque so that the car doesn't feel juddery or the car doesn't feel like it's about to stall. The steering in this car is nice. The suspensions, oh my god. One of the best things I like about this car is its suspensions, cause on our Pune roads, where you have broken roads, where you have rutty roads, where there is construction work going on because of the metro, this and that, this thing just flies over everything. No matter what speed you're doing, it keeps you comfortable. It is in this day also a very comparable E-Class. Now in terms of the price, I picked this car up for 375. By no means is it probably the best deal out there. I'm sure there are better deals out there as well. I myself saw a car for 275 as well, but I think that the price kind of justifies the current condition of this car, because as I said, there is work on the car, but there's not too much of work on this car. More or less, I can still use it with whatever small flaws or defects or broken pieces it has on a day-to-day basis, and that's what I'm actually planning to do. I am going to be using this car on a daily basis. This is going to be my daily car. It's going to be with me throughout my day, to office, work. Maybe long distances I might not take this car, but that is also something that I am thinking about. I'm actually quite excited about it, because initially, let's see how the car is over the next 1 or 2 weeks. If it is reliable enough, if it doesn't break down unwantedly, unexpectedly, if all those things are there, then I'm going to use this car as a long distance traveler as well. What I want to say though is, on the highways, this car is incredibly good. Where the roads are flat, where it's going in a straight line, you can just put the car at maybe 100, 120 and it will just keep cruising. It will be very comfortable. It will be really nicely sprung. It is an incredible machine. So anyways, in short, I have the car now. this was a project which I wanted to do for the last 2 years. I finally have the hardware. Now it's going to be slow developments, thinking about what to do, which direction to take the car over the next 2 or 3 months. As in soon I have little bit of funds with me, I will put more money, I'll get things better. Initially though, right now the plan with this car is to get things fixed that are broken or that are kind of not working, and then slowly get into the cosmetics, the aesthetics, where I want to paint a few parts. Do let me know what you think, what kind of color combination I should do, what kind of look I should do. If you have any suggestions, please drop it down in the comments below, or you can reach out to me on my Instagram as well. So the plan is that initially fix the car, then stage 2 would be where I do a little bit of cosmetics with the car, and then what I would also like to do is little bit of mechanical work to make the car a little more pliant with our kind of roads. So that's the plan, and I am super excited that I finally got one of those cars from my bucket list, and I'm super excited to show it to you guys. I'm super excited to tell you guys what all I have plans with it, what all I'm going to do with it. But as of now, this is a quick introduction to my W124 1997 E250D, and let's see how things go from here. I'm going to try uploading more videos more regularly, not just about this car but other cars as well which I come across and drive. So I hope you stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then,